CMH 2, which is our second round of funding from the Gomery, involves actually two themes within the Gomery initiatives, looking at the oil degradation and fate, essentially where the oil is gone, what it's doing, and the biological impacts and ecosystem consequences. And so our center, CMH2, focuses on those two themes. We are actually broken into 6 tasks. The oil fate and degradation perspective essentially involves a field, an experimental, and a modeling component. We're using a very unique high pressure facility, our high pressure experimental work to understand oil droplet dimensions, how oil and gas come out of the blowout and how they interact and distribute through the seawater. We take those experimental principles with the theoretical considerations and establish near field and far field models to predict the transport and the exposure of different depths in the ocean to the different types of chemicals that are released. But we were able to recognize that a significant portion of the oil actually made its way to the sediment, to the seafloor, and is impacting significant, well, it's changed the depositional event was very, very clearly recognized in the sediment in terms of composition of chemistry, the types of sediment that were deposited, and their biological effects. The work that we're doing in the biological impacts and ecosystem consequences, a lot of the fish are now the observations of the community structure, the extent of contamination are now really evolving, and we can see how the fish are responding in a community structure-wise, population dynamics. But some things that's really interesting is that these effects of the contaminants were not lethal, they were sublethal. And so now trying to understand the sublethal effects is quite critical to evaluating how these fish are going to respond and how biological systems respond to not lethal but sublethal contamination. We have exposure studies that are going to be done at aquaculture facilities in Florida.